Well, have you enjoyed your meal this evening? At this time, I would like to thank the hotel staff. I don't know about you, but they've been taking such wonderful care of us. Let's give you a round of applause for the hotel staff. The food has been excellent, and I know that there have been several things that I have asked them that were not on our initial plans, and they have not batted an eye and solved all of our problems and challenges without doing anything other than just doing it. So I just want to thank the hotel. Right now, if this is your first time attending the Kansas Auctioneers Convention, would you please stand so we can recognize our first time attendees here? If you are a recipient of the President's Award of Distinction, would you please stand? This time would our past presidents stand? It's so wonderful to see continued participation by our presidents. And lastly, if you are a member of our Hall of Fame, would you please stand at this time to recognize you? We talk about how education is an important component of convention, and chief among the reasons to come is the education and the networking. But I tell you, I remember when I was just getting into the industry and not knowing a whole heck of a lot about it, one of the very valuable components to coming to convention was getting to visit and interact with the vendors so that we could become familiar with the products and services available to us from those companies that support the auction industry. And so at this time, we would like to talk about our sponsors and our exhibitors. And if you are here in attendance, we would have some certificates that we would like to give, and we will list our sponsors first. First up is Hammett Land and Auction. Thank you, Don. Yeah, hang on just a second, Don. We're gonna let Charlie jump down there and get a picture. Would you like to select from among the rest of the? Thank you, Don. And so our sponsors have made financial contributions to our association and sponsored us throughout the year. The rest are not in attendance tonight, but I would be happy to listen. If you are here, please raise your hand and come up. But we also had sponsorships from Security First Title, from Auction Flex, Rural Messenger, KFRM, American Ag Credit, and Grass and Grain, the Ag Press. So they could not be with us this evening, but we are sure thankful for their sponsorships. And I see a lot of names on there that are very familiar to me over the last, well, since I've been coming. There's several of those names that have been continual supporters of this association. Moving on to our exhibitors who took time out of their busy schedules to come and set up and visit with us in the hallways. And first on the list here is Cincy and Rose. Thanks, Kevin. Next we have the Pampered Chef. Next, we had 31 gifts. Global Auction Guide. Shirley in the room? All right, terrific, there she is. Come on in, Shirley. Thanks for coming all the way down to Kansas. Global Auction Guide has been a sponsor for as long as I can remember as well, coming from Canada every year. Next we have Mid-Continent Energy Exchange. Not here, all right. Okay. Moving on. Carrie, thanks, Carrie. Next we have Proxy Bid. We'll also send with him the certificate for auction time, if that's all right. They are not able to attend this evening. Oh, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. I saw auction time and auction flex, and I was going to. So they were exhibitors and were unable to attend this evening, and so we have auction time and auction flex. Tractor Zoom also not able to be with us this evening. Rural Messenger, KansasAuctions.net, and the Kansas Press Association. Again, folks, these names have been on this list for as long as I can remember, so we want to give them a big thank you for supporting our association. Oh, Rural Messenger is here. Thank you. Thank you for pointing her out. We'd love to send the certificate. We didn't get a picture from you. If you wouldn't mind stepping up here real quick. So we will, since it wasn't on the list, we will get you your official certificate later when we get a chance to grab it. So, thank you to our exhibitors. Next, I'd like to talk about our education. I think we've had a terrific week of education, and it's been a full week by now of education, starting with the auction marketing management course earlier this week. We had real estate on Thursday. We also had, and I will recognize, Casey Stoneman Robertson from Curdy's. Thank you for putting on the camera, the photography session. If you could come up. Two of our three national speakers were unable to stick around with us so long. John Schultz was here since Monday afternoon, and he jumped in his car as soon as he was done presenting today, but we sure appreciated him for coming down. George Michak also had to jump on a plane. He finished his presentation with under an hour before wheels up at the airport, and so we stuck him in the truck of a member and got him over to the airport in time for him to make it to his flight. But we do have with us tonight, over here on my far left and your far right, Mr. John Nichols, who is also our NAA representative. And so, John, we'd like to get a picture of you with your certificate, and at this time, we would love to hear you spread the gospel of the National Auctioneers Association. And so I'm going to turn the floor over to my friend John. Let's get a picture, if you don't mind, real quick, and we'll just step right over here. Dan, grab it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. First and foremost, thank you for just your amazing hospitality. Kevin Forder came up to me before dinner and he said, have you felt welcome? And I just think that's an awesome question. And the answer is unequivocally yes. And I know many of you in the room from the NAA relationships, and it's just like almost coming to a Virginia convention. I know so many of you. And I just appreciate the hospitality. I want to echo what Aaron said. I think the hotel staff here has been superior. I have the opportunity to have spoken quite a few state associations over 7 years, and this meal ranks right up there. I'm so glad it wasn't chicken. I don't know what to do. So, man, pork chops. I love that. Just when they came out, I was like, no chicken. This is a good day. The ladies and gentlemen who are taking time away from their families to be here with us tonight to serve us. Just thank you very much for that. Everybody has been wonderful from registration to the ladies who've been taking care of the rooms. It's just very, very, very good, and you all have a lot to be proud of. And the organizers and the convention staff of Kansas, kudos to you, and thank you very much for rolling out the red carpet for me. It has been absolutely a joy to be here. My plane leaving at 5:50 a.m. in the morning is no sign of how bad I want to get out of Kansas. It's just that I want to get home before dark tomorrow night. But I would be remiss if I did not send greetings again from Overland Park, and again from Ms. Hannes Combest and her entire wonderful, wonderful, amazing staff. And I just want to take the opportunity to spread honor where honor is due. And I know you all are very well aware of what I'm about to tell you, but I do want to recognize the past presidents of the National Auctioneers Association that are from KAA, and that is 1956 and 57, Mr. E.T. Sherlock, 1982 to 83, Rex Newcomb, 2002 to 2004, my good friend Larry Thorpe, and then Hall of Fame members of the National Auctioneers Association represented by Kansas, again, E.T. Sherlock, Richard Brewer, Bing Carter, Earl Brown, Rex Newcomb, and again, it's Larry Thor. So Kansas is obviously has a great, great, deep tradition in the National Auctioneers Association, and you all have a lot to be proud of. You have a wonderful, wonderful association. You have great, great leadership. You've got some real lions on your leadership team here, and you've got a lot to be proud of. I just want to, as Aaron said, spread a little NAA gospel tonight. First and foremost, you're well represented here, and I have the pleasure to serve on the NAA board with Tricia Brower, and Janine Usman is here tonight as well from California, and we just have an amazing board. We have an amazing association. Hannes and her staff are doing a wonderful, wonderful job. And if you're not a member, if you've never been a member, if you were a member, you're no longer a member, we would love to have you come back into the fold, if you will. There's a lot of exciting things going on. You can only imagine that's the only reason we're there, folks. That's the only reason that we take time out of our families, or away from our businesses, is to give back to the profession that's given so much to us. If you are not a member of the NAA at this time, and if you've never been a member of the NAA at this time, again, I have been authorized to give you a $100 discount tonight to where we can sign you up instead of the $325 for $225. In that membership, you do get 3 years of $300 per year vouchers. They do not roll over, but if you do re-up your membership, you'll get a $300 voucher, education voucher for 3 years straight. So $900 total in education. You can use that for a conference and show. You can use that for any designation course, CAI, any type of summit, whatever the case might be. Janine Usman, who is here with us tonight, is head of our Educational Institute trustees, and her team do an amazing job with education. In addition to the new contract auction specialists that we have as well, we also are developing a sales specialist designation, which everyone from my team will be at, but it's just been long time needed. Janine and her crew took the bull by the horns and made this happen. The board approved it, and so you'll be seeing shortly a new sales designation, as in just like you have BAS, GPPA, AMM, there will be a designation. Do we know what that's called yet, Janine, by any chance? It hasn't. We're going to name it tonight. We're going to call it sales, and then whatever they want to do after that, they can. It's going to be great. It's well needed. It's long overdue, and we just appreciate all their hard work and effort as far as that's concerned. Again, if you're a member or in the auction industry and you want to be at CAI, I will finish up CAI 3 in March, so I will be there with you to hold our unofficial meetings at Nick's or wherever the case might be. But I'd love to see you in Bloomington, Indiana in March. And again, whether you want to audit courses, if you're already a CAI designee, or you want to start from fresh, I am proof positive that it's never too late to begin. In addition, as an NAA member, you do have access to PowerPoint presentations that you can use in your business. We're also in the process of doing videos that you can personalize for your business, for promotional purposes, for spreading the gospel of the auction industry, and many, many other things that are happening. I won't bore you with a lot of those. One of the things I do want to talk about, though, is our advocacy committee. We obviously cannot afford the expense of, if you will, someone full-time as a lobbyist in Washington, D.C., but we do have two gentlemen, Billy Long from Missouri, Jeff Duncan from South Carolina, who are auctioneers, who are also senators, congressmen, and they are serving on our behalf and serving us very well. And we do a day on the Hill every year in the September timeframe, and those gentlemen graciously come to that, and they are keeping us abreast of changes in government and law that apply to us, and are helping us behind the scenes in many, many multiple ways. So we are advocating on your behalf. Some of the new initiatives, and this is what is really exciting, some of the new initiatives that we're working on for 2018, we have a gentleman, President Scott Schumann. His presidential appointee this year is a gentleman by the name of Scott Stump, and he has a very, very strong relationship with Farm Bureau. And through the help of Mr. Lonnie McCurdy, the National Auctioneers Foundation was so generous to help us and fully fund this learning module that is going to be rolled out to middle school and high school students in the coming months, to where through the help of American Farm Bureau, as well as sponsored by DuPont and Pioneer, these middle school students will be able to learn about the auction industry at kiosks at different state fairs, at Farm Bureau conventions, through Farm Bureau in their schools, to learn about the gospel of the auction industry, to learn about the gospel of the National Auctioneers Association. It's also going to be some curriculum rolled out to high school students as well. And you say, John, what are you trying to do? What are we trying to do? Train other auctioneers? Not really. I mean, if that's the case, that's fine. What we want to let them know is you can make money in this profession, number one. Number two, it's a viable profession. Number three, it is absolutely cutting-edge commerce. But more importantly, we want to educate buyers and sellers. We want to let them know what they can do, that they can sell things at auction. They can sell their real estate at auction. It is not a distressed type situation. We want to educate the next generation. And we're pretty excited about this. We have a very rare opportunity. We're getting this done at pennies on the dollar, what it would cost us if we did not have the connections that we have. And again, through the generous help of the National Auctioneers Foundation and those fine men and women, where this is being allowed to happen. So that is going to roll out extremely soon, and we're pumped about that. You're talking about millions and millions of middle school and high school students that are going to be introduced to the auction industry, to the auction profession, and that NAA logo is going to be there. And I think it's going to be more powerful than anything that we've seen in USA Today, anything that we've potentially seen on social media. All that stuff will still be there, but I am really, really excited about the fact that we're going to be advocating on your behalf, on behalf of the auction industry in these school systems in conjunction with Farm Bureau across the country. Again, National Auctioneers Week will continue as planned, even bumped up and juiced up even more through social media and through our governmental officials and things of that nature to, again, spread the word of what's going on. I talked about the sales designation. I'd like to talk a little bit about the AHA program that was introduced in July in a conference and show, and it was instituted. It's now up and operational. Auctioneers Helping Auctioneers is typically associated with CAI. We got permission to use this, to call this program the AHA program, and what it means is Believe it or not, and I know those of you in this room can't imagine it, but there's auctioneers in the country that if they get down on their back, if they get laid up in the hospital, if they are unable to physically perform their duties, they have auctions scheduled, be it contracted weekly auctions or auctions for a one-time client, whatever the case might be. I can't get there, I can't do it, I need help. I don't know anybody to help me. They can go to this database in the AHA program on the auctioneers.org site, and they can choose from a list. People, it's volunteer, it's an opt-in program. Just because you're a member, you're not automatically on it. You go in knowing that you may not get paid, you may not get your expenses paid. It is just a goodwill gesture in helping our brothers and sisters out in the auction industry and those that need it. And it's been extremely well taken. It's been extremely spread a lot of goodwill among our membership. And I just think it's a wonderful, wonderful gesture to say, hey, you know what? Whether I'm in state, whether I'm out of state, if you need me, I'll come do your auction for you. If you want to pay me, that's fine. If you can't pay me, that's fine. If you need that money for your family, for your expenses, I understand. I'm doing this because one day the shoe might be on the other foot. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. And we're pretty pumped up about that initiative that's going out. We're also actively this year, which is something I'm extremely excited about, we're actively getting involved in the livestock industry and the livestock publications. In the past, the NAA has really not been a presence in the livestock publications, and that change is starting right now. And we're seeing more and more livestock auctioneers join the association. And that was one of the things that when I came on board as vice president, I really wanted to try to get more contract auctioneers into the association, be it livestock, be it yellow iron, heavy equipment, car auctioneers, whatever the case might be. I wanted to get more involved in our association. I think this will go a long way toward that. I'd be remiss if I did not invite you to join us in Jacksonville, Florida in July. It'll be July the 17th through the 21st. We visited the hotel. We've had meetings at the hotel. It's wonderful. It is right on the waterfront. The great restaurants within walking distance. It's a great hotel. I'm not supposed to tell you this, so please, this does not leave this room. Turn off all your phones, turn off the video, turn off the audio. If you say I said it, I'm gonna lie and tell you Tricia Brower told you. But after Jacksonville, where are we going? New Orleans. After New Orleans, we're going to San Diego, California. That was confirmed this week. And again, not supposed to let that out of the bag till conference and show. So if anybody says anything, Janine or Tricia told you that. Again, I'm not here because I don't have anything else to do. I'm here because I love the industry. I'm here because I love auctioneers and auction professionals. I'm here because it has fed my family, put clothes on our back, and educated me and my family for 50 years. This is the 50th anniversary of our company, and I just am passionate about it, and I want to see it flourish for many, many, many years to come. And I think some of the initiatives that we're doing are going to ensure that that happens, and I know you all feel the exact same way. With your help, I'd love to not get impeached before July and recruit some new members tonight. So if you have never ever been a member of the National Auctioneers Association and you'd like to have your name put in a hat for a free membership tonight, we're going to come around and grab your business card. If you've never been a member of the NAA and you'd like to put your name in the hat tonight for a free membership, please raise your hand. Those business cards will be collected. We will draw one this evening. Again, for those of you who do not get picked as a free membership card, it will be a $100 discount tonight if you would like to join. I have the membership applications up here. I'll be happy to sign you up at the conclusion of the banquet as well, and for a discount rate of $225. But with a show of hands, raising your business card in the air, anybody want to, need to, like to put your business card in the hat for a free membership? Anybody at all? I know I'm in the home state of the National Auctioneers Association, so I know everybody here is a convert and a believer, if you will. So I understand that, but I don't want to miss anybody if there is. Anybody at all not a member, want to become a member, a new member? Well, very good. I appreciate the support. Show me by a show of hands how many are currently members. Well, there you go. so there was no use to me be here anyway. So it's all good. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I can't thank you enough for the love that you've shown me, for the hospitality that you've shown me. This has been an absolute joy for me. I will be here throughout the remainder of the evening. And again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Your kindness, your generosity, your hospitality has been humbling, and I appreciate you allowing me to share a few days with you. Thank you again.
Thank you, John. I just want to say my first time attending the Kansas convention was in 2002, and Larry Third was at that time the NAA rep. I'm fairly confident he was also the president of the National Association at that time. And I didn't win the drawing or anything like that, but I got out my checkbook and I took advantage of the discount to join the NAA right there on the spot. I was only a few months, 4 months into being a member of the KAA, and it was just a wonderful experience for me, and the NAA has been a very powerful force in my life, just as the membership in the Kansas Auctioneers Association. So if you haven't been a member for a while, please consider joining again. Now at this time, I get the privilege of an insert in the schedule, and I want to thank someone who has been very special to this association here, and selfishly has been an enormous asset for me over the course of the last year. And I just want to say thanks to Cindy. She knows this association like the back of her hand now. She organized. I tell you what, you think, I know you guys know better than to think that I'm winging it up here, but everything is scripted. She put it all together, and I just have to go through and not lose bullet points. She has done wonders, and continues to do just an excellent job for us and for the association. And so we directors wanted to get something for Cindy and say thank you. Speaking of losing my place with the bullet points. All right, at this time I'm going to ask Mr. Charlie Cummings to come up and talk about the 2018 Livestock Champion.
Very good, thank you Aaron so much. And at this time we're going to announce the 2018 Livestock Contest champion winner. The KAA Livestock Contest was held at Fort Scott, Kansas at the Fort Scott Livestock Market on October the 17th. We had 8 contestants there that day, and we are looking forward to another contest. This is our 10th year of the contest, and I talked a little bit about it in the annual meeting, but I'll put it again in your minds. If you open up the program and you see the livestock champions listed there, you start at the very top of the list, and there's a guy that's been there and has not missed a convention since 2008. And then you go down through that list, and there's been some guys that's entered the contest. A couple of those guys may still be members, but a lot of them have been here and gone. But you go to the bottom of that list, and the last 2 guys that we've crowned, Mr. Neil Beret and this year's champion, Mr. Ethan Schutte. You can come on up, my friend. These guys have taken a lead role with myself on the committee, and with others we've got involved. The livestock contest will continue, and we will continue to have it, and we look forward to a great one in 2019 and crowning another champion. It's been a pleasure to serve on that committee and continue to be able to serve on that committee. But one thing that I might mention, that if you go down through that list of livestock champions, you got several 2 world champions, as well as you got several guys that have qualified for the World Livestock Auctioneer Champion. Both of these gentlemen will represent us at the World Livestock Auctioneer Championship in June. So we're very proud of them. Here's your 2018 Kansas Livestock Auctioneer Champion, Mr. Ethan Schutte. So we can do this one or 2 ways. The day of the contest, we can give them the prize money of $500, or we can give them the buckle. And one way or another, they have to come to convention. He has generously donated. He took the buckle at first, and then he was going to donate the money back. But instead, he's seen how the contest was run and how much, what our gross profits were, so he's gonna cover up that. So one of the things at the World Livestock Auctioneer Contest, you go through an interview process and you're asked 3 interview questions, and these 2 guys have promptly gotten better at that over the last 2.5, 3 years. It's something I had to learn at a young age. As many of you know, your wife's not 6 months bred when you're in front of the public. So at this time, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Ethan, and he's going to say a few comments and get prepared for the interview process.
Well, thank you, Charlie. I've never known anybody better at breaking the ice than Charlie Cummins. And I tell you what, he so humbly stands here. You know, what a privilege it is to me as your 2018 champion to receive my check and receive my buckle on that special day to me from the 2011 World Champion Livestock Auctioneer. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, I tell you what, he's right here. And he finds every way around saying, "That's me," when he announces it during the contest. So thank you, Charlie. I'm looking through the bullet points here, Cindy. I'm a little disappointed you don't have anything for me. But I tell you what, I was shaking just a little bit more, I think, than I was at the contest. But there's some thank yous that need to be made. I'd like to quick say thank you to my family at home. They've been outstanding supporters of me since I started, and my sponsors, the Fort Scott Livestock Auction for hosting the contest. And the biggest thank you goes to each and every one of you sitting here in this room today. I've said thank you to the Kansas Auctioneers Association 5 times now. 5 times. 5 times I've competed. I sat down and said thank you to the association. This is my first trip to the convention. And it's my privilege, face to face, tell each and every one of you, thank you. So, thank you, folks.
Here, don't forget your check. He didn't forget his check, Charlie. He didn't forget his check. All right. At this time, I would like to invite Eve Rojas to come up and talk about the 2017 Kansas Auctioneer Champion.
They're really, and I mentioned it yesterday before our 12 competitors took the stage, being a member of this association and competing for 3 years, being a member of the National Auctioneers Association and have competed now 5 years in the International Auctioneer Championship, there truly is something special when you can share the stage with auctioneers that are your colleagues, with auctioneers that are your friends. So this past year, September, at the Kansas Auctioneers Championship at the State Fair, it was wonderful to watch all of those. Some of you that came back again to compete this year. But to have the opportunity to hand over the championship to a friend and a colleague that I watched you as the International Junior Auctioneer Champion now become our Kansas Auctioneer Champion. She's extraordinary, she's dedicated to the industry, she is a strong voice, and she will represent us very well. Please welcome to the stage, Miss Julia Sparks. Congratulations. And with that, I have a plaque for her and a check, and she will also be representing us in July in Jacksonville, Florida at the International Auctioneer Championship.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for your support. Last year was my first conference and I got to make it over in Manhattan. and it is such a blessing to be part of this group. In my thank yous, of course, I have to thank my family who brought me into this industry. I don't know if I would have ever found it without them, but of course my auction family has of course become family along the way. Thank you to my mentors, and thank you to the association and the National Auctioneers Association. And Eve, thank you so much. I didn't know you had competed 5 years. This was my 5th year in the INC as well. Believe it or not, time flies. But I'm just so thankful, so blessed. And if you can, make it to finals in September, because it's quite a blessing to be in Hutchinson at the State Fair and watch the finalists compete and support them. It's a really fun time. So thank you very much. I look forward to representing you this year. If there's anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'll gladly give you my email, cell phone, whatever you need, and be there when you need me. Thank you guys.
All right, at this time, we are going to draw for the early bird registration first. Right. So when was the date that they had to register by? Did you get eligible for the early bird? So if you registered before December 31st, you were then eligible for this early bird drawing. And if you're a winner, you will receive a free registration for next year's conference, convention, which will be in beautiful Lawrence, Kansas. The winner is Ron Gingrich. We have another drawing for the same prize. This one given to a first-time attendee who'd like you to come back. Your first-time attendee winner is Mr. Mike King. We look forward to seeing them for sure next year. At this time, it's going to be, I'd like to invite up the presenters for the scholarships. They say, get off the stage.
All right, good evening. As chair of the scholarship committee and president of the auxiliary, I want to thank you all for coming. It is a great privilege and honor to be awarding 4 amazing young individuals with scholarships tonight. As I said today, since 1997, we have been able to award 58 scholarships to help young men and women pursue their educational goals. With the high school recipients, I'll have Mr. Bob Hytree come up, please.
I'd like to begin by, can you hear that? Yes. I'd like to begin by thanking the KAA and the KAA Auxiliary for the privilege of serving on our organization on the scholarship committee for the past 6 years. Committee members have the privilege of reviewing and searching through applications that I couldn't begin to describe to you, the caliber of the people that we have applied. It's inspiring to read about the lives and dreams of many outstanding individuals and realize that our organization plays such a great part in their future. When I read an application and I become overwhelmed with emotions, I know we have a good candidate that we're looking at. This is the case when I read through the applications this year, and we received 5, and we're able to extend scholarships to 4 people. If I were to tell you about the accomplishments of Bryson Meinhardt, I'd be up here for the next 4 hours. And I'm serious. But I'm going to only hit the highlights, and if any of you want to review the entire scholarship, I have it with me. Bryson has received a 3.936 grade point average in his time at Marysville. He has also finished 9 college hours already at Highland Community College with a 3.33 grade point average. He's been on the honor roll all 4 years, member of the National Honor Society since being inducted at the end of his sophomore year. Bryson has served as president of the National Honor Society in senior year and has been a 4-year member of the Future Business Leaders of America and has competed at the district, state, and national levels, receiving many awards. He's been a 4-year member of FFA, competing through the state level, achieving numerous awards. In FFA, he was secretary, treasurer, and vice president of his club, and competed in leadership, livestock judging, parliamentary procedure, food science, and dairy foods judging. He served as the president of his class all 4 years in high school and was on the Principal's Advisory Council his junior and senior year. Bryson's accomplishments were not all in the classroom. Those of you who know about the athletic department and sports at Marysville High School, you know that it has quite a reputation. Bryson was a 4-year letterman in basketball and team co-captain his sophomore, junior, and senior year. Marysville was 3A state champion during Bryson's junior year, and he was chosen for the 3A all-tournament team and was honorable mention all-state and named to the North Central Kansas League all-conference team. He followed that basketball season up with being the league champion in the javelin throw. During his senior year, Marysville football team was the state runner-up, and Bryson was named to the all-league, all-conference offense and defense, and served as the team co-captain his junior and senior year. Bryson's been very active in his community. His volunteer activities include Trick or Treat, so others can eat, for 4 years, Christmas Care Package volunteer for 4 years, Salvation Army bell ringer for 4 years, youth basketball coach, Bulldog Buddies mentor, Marshall County Swine Show, and Catholic Heartwork Camp. In his spare time, he's worked as a fence painter 1 year and has been working the last 2 years at the Pizza Hut and the First Commerce Bank. Usually the letters we get from students applying for one of our scholarships are about a page long. Bryson's was 3 pages. His main emphasis throughout his letter was about the dedication, the hard work, and what it takes to accomplish your goals. He credited his grandparents, Bill and Jean Oswald, his family, Brendan and Julie Meinhardt, and his teachers and coaches for the dedication that he has along with the drive. One of his accomplishments said that Bryson is incredibly respectful and a positive individual. He works extensively to interact with all students, regardless of their age, perceived social status. He earned his leadership positions by being a positive voice for the student body and having the needs of all students on his agenda. His basketball coach said, "The number one thing I admire about Bryson is his desire to succeed. He's a tremendous competitor." He said that most only think that applies to sports, but that's not true. He said, "I can't name one thing that he consistently fails at." Another reference said Bryson is willing to help promote others without recognition. I see him as a leader amongst his peers, yet so eager to be part of a team and assist in any way possible. Bryson plans to attend Kansas State University College of Business and major in finance in the fall. I guarantee you, I mentioned just a few highlights on this young man's accomplishments. Bryson was unable to be here tonight, but he did send a few comments. He wants to thank all of us for selecting him as a recipient of your association scholarship. After graduating this spring, plans to continue his education and pursue it in finance, as I mentioned. His senior year has gone quickly, and he's very busy in FBLA, FFA, and athletic activities. He just finished the district level speech contest in FFA and looking ready for the livestock judging season. Had a successful football season that I told you about. He says throughout his high school career, he has held several jobs and is combining his savings along with what he'll receive for us to help pay for his education. And we'll make sure that he gets that scholarship. While I'm up here, I'm going to present our other high school scholarship recipient. She is a senior at Inman High School with plans to attend Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College in the fall. She's number one in her class with a 4-point grade point average. She's been on the high honor roll, received nothing but A's since the 7th grade. After graduating from Northeastern A&M, she plans to attend Kansas State or Oklahoma State to further her education. She's been very active in FFA and 4-H, received the FFA Green Hand degree, FFA Chapter Star Farmer, and the FFA State degree. In FFA, she served 2 years as treasurer, as an officer, and committee chair. She placed first in vet science 1 year and was on the horse evaluation team, placing first in the district for 3 years. Her horse evaluation team placed first at the state level, and Katie was the 3rd highest individual in the state. She is on the national horse evaluation team that placed 5th in the nation. She is National FFA Foundation, received National FFA Foundation $1,000 scholarship, and also that was in swine production, and also the Kansas FFA Foundation $500 grant winner in swine production. She was a reserve champion young herds swine supervisor at the Kansas State Fair in 2016. In 4-H, Katie served her chapter as a reporter for 1 year, treasurer for 3 years, and was the round robin champion for 3 years, and was on the 4-H regional speech championship in 2017. She was on the Kansas State 4-H hippology senior team. I had to look that up, see what there was. She finished 2nd 2 times, and in the open hippology team, placed 1st. These achievements have qualified her to compete in Columbus, Ohio at the Quarter Horse Congress and this year's Denver Stock Show. Katie's love of animals is amazing. She's planning on degrees in animal science and would like to work in a zoo in the future. She has pigs, goats, cattle, horses, dogs, cats, bunnies, and even a turtle. She's currently training a Kansas Specialty Dog Service Assistance dog. She is a puppy raiser for KSDS, which consists of raising a puppy for 18 months, teaching the dog basic obedience and socialization skills. She takes her work very serious and was the Salina Dog Agility Grand Champion 1 year and the Reserve Grand Champion another year. She's very active in her church and community. She's been in the Inman Mennonite Youth Group for 4 years, worked in the Vacation Bible School nursery for 5 years. She's been an MCC quilt auction cashier, that group for 7 years, and she's given presentations about pigs, horses, dogs, and chickens to elementary schools, Lions clubs, and nursing homes. She has worked as a babysitter, is currently working at the McPherson Pet Resort. Been there and has been helping her father with auctions for 6 years, and she's currently the cashier. In reviewing this recommendation, we received Katie's ag instructor says she's taken almost all classes offered and has achieved the level of excellence in everything from animal science to welding. Another teacher says that Katie would love to place in the top 10 in the state FFA Vet Science CDE and then get to show the world at the World Pork Expo. She sets her sights high and has high ambitions and the skill to achieve it. One of Katie's long-term goals is to be in the farming operation with her sister and also get out of college with minimal debt. The sponsor says she's a planner. And Katie's also not here. Picture of her that I got. And we'll see if she gets that scholarship also. She did send a short thank you note for receiving scholarship, told about her college plans and what she was majored in, and thanks us again. Thank you.
With the continuing education scholarships, I'll have Donnie Emmett come up, please.
Well, since Bob used up all my time, wow, condensed version. Again, as he said, as we go through his application, there's a lot to be said. I chose not to go too much in the past and just go from the future where our recipients are going from now on. They're heavy on accomplishments, I can tell you that. The first recipient, Haley Dahl, is receiving the continuing education scholarship. Is currently a student at Fort Hays State University in the radiology technologist program. She is a graduate of Barton Community College with an associate's degree in science. She is currently in pursuit of her associate's degree in radiologic technology, and she'll also be working on a bachelor's in medical diagnostic imaging. She is doing clinicals in the Olathe Medical Center and will be completing a preceptorship in MRI. She also hopes to add diagnostic ultrasound through a program offered at Fort Hays State or KU Medical Center. In belief that hard work pays off, she has set goals to graduate in May of 2018 with a 4.0 GPA and to get accepted into the ultrasound program. She has been exposed to the auction business for many years, working with in many capacities for her grandparents at Schremer Realty and Auction. Haley Dahl is the daughter of Kevin and Sharna Dahl, and is the granddaughter of Kenny and Rosie Schremer. So Haley, if you'd like to come up.
I just want to thank you all for awarding me with this scholarship. I feel very honored and appreciative to have this. Like they said, it's going towards my radiology, ultrasound, and medical diagnostic imaging degrees. So I'll be graduating with that in May, and shortly I should be finding out about the ultrasound program. So I want to thank my grandparents for everything that they've done, as well as my parents. They've pushed me to work hard and do the best that I can in everything I do, and I just can't thank them enough, and I thank you all for this scholarship very much. It'd be very helpful, so thank you.
Now then, you're going to see a bit of a trend in this family. The next recipient will be Kelsey Dahl. She is doing continuing education and will be attending Flint Hills Technical College and seeking a career as a dental assistant and continuing on as a dental hygiene field. Kelsey is another one that has realized that hard work has its rewards and already experienced much recognition in sports and academics, and also has set a goal of achieving the 4.0 GPA in her chosen field of study. She too has been exposed to the same auction service, and she is also the daughter of Kevin and Sharma Dahl, and the granddaughter of Kenny and Rosie Schremer. So Kelsey, if you'd like to come forward.
thank you so much for this opportunity. It's such an honor to receive this scholarship today. It's nice to notice that the hard work I have put into my education has paid off and that it's recognized by people here. It's definitely been a journey playing sports through college and then trying to keep up your education as well and having to give up some of those sacrifices to continue where it will lead me in the next coming years. But yes, I'm a student right now at Flint Hills Technical College in Emporia. I have graduated with my certificate in dental assisting, and I have 1 year left in the dental hygiene program there as well. So this scholarship will help me achieve that career. I want to thank my grandparents and parents for making me who I am, supporting me to do my best. And I want to thank you all, the Kansas Auctioneers Association, for this wonderful opportunity and for supporting me in my career path. So thank you all.
You are proud, sure.
The award of support is intended to recognize the service, contributions, and support of someone who may not be a member of this association, but who has stood by us and been with us and helped us and supported us for a long time. And I've asked Jeff Rucker to come up and present the award of support tonight.
Okay, tonight's recipient has demonstrated what this award is all about: support. She spends 60 to 80 hours a week supporting auctioneers at her day job, listing and taking pictures of assets all over the state of Kansas. She has been instrumental in keeping our vendors coming to our conventions wherever they may be, making sure that she has products for the members to buy for fun auctions and their home use. This recipient I've known probably the whole time I've been in Manhattan, Kansas. Been in business with her husband and worked with her husband. She's fighting a lot of things at home right now, and she is here for the whole week. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you your 2018 Award of Support recipient, Mrs. Wanda Dusek.
The KAA's Award of Distinction is an award that is presented to a member in recognition and appreciation of his or her dedication and service to the Kansas Auctioneers Association. It's intended to recognize the member's lifetime contributions to our association. Tonight, it is my august privilege and responsibility to present the President's Award of Distinction to someone who loves the Kansas Auctioneers Association, and many people in this association love her right back. Our recipient is most commonly remembered as the person who became our executive director in 1997. She finally convinced us to let her retire from the position in 2013. And her efforts in this capacity are noteworthy and fondly remembered by an association grateful for her many years of dedicated service. Tonight, however, we acknowledge how our recipient went above and beyond for the Kansas Auctioneers Association. After the passing of her husband, Richard Schoen, who was a member of our Hall of Fame, she continued to pay her dues each year as an affiliate KAA member. More notable is what only a few of us, a small few of us, know that she did behind the scenes. Our recipient personally funded awards, made donations, and sponsored conventions by making financial contributions or outright paying for many things out of her own pocket. She contributed many extra unpaid hours of her personal time to see that things got done, always with the best interests of the association at the front of her mind. Though not among the responsibilities listed in her job description, she donated her services as clerk and cashier to the director's auction every year, helping to raise thousands of extra dollars for the KAA Speaker Fund. Her belief in this association and the greater good that it provides for both the membership and the industry is obvious. She, along with her husband, Marion, her children and grandchildren, have always viewed the membership of the KAA as extended family, and that feeling is mutual. Therefore, it is my pleasure to present the 2018 President's Award of Distinction to LaDonna Schoen Garrett. Welcome back to the stage, by the way.
Okay. Now, I used to keep these things a secret, but I didn't know everybody could keep a secret from me, but thank you very much. I loved my job with you guys, and I didn't know I was supposed to be here tonight. I just decided it was close, so I would come. So, thank you very much, guys. And my kids do it all along, too. And my husband, did he know? Oh, I just made him come. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Mr. Gatlin. Mike Gatlin will present tonight's Hall of Fame induction.
Good evening. Oh, once again, we get to be the surprise maker and keep all the little secrets we've been keeping for months come true. So we've got a special, I keep telling Bill, I don't know if I can stand this every year or not, because last year it was 1 vote, this year it was 2 votes, and this thing just seems like it just runs neck and neck every year. But every time the members decide who the recipient's going to be, it's always someone that's very, very well worth the award. So here we go. There are several things about this year's recipient that I have learned from friends and family being here the last few days that I would like to share with you, and I was kind of surprised about a few of them myself. He was actually born right here in Wichita, Kansas. At the age of 4, this young man decided that he was going to try out for the Olympics and become an Olympic swimmer, and jumped into a swimming pool unbeknownst to his mother and almost drowned him and her both. While living in California at the age of 9 years old, in a Little League baseball game, he tossed a no-hitter. He's also an avid Kansas City Royals fan. In his teen years, it found him being a self-acclaimed Evel Knievel and was doing the best he could on dirt bikes, just going like his hair was on fire. And he still has that same approach to life today. Now, I couldn't figure this one out, but it needed to go in here. For some reason, you know, everybody knows what, you know, the Wii games are, you know, the WII. Well, for some reason, he's got a Wii age of 28, but he's going to have to explain that all to us, you know, some other time. So after the family moved back to Kansas from California, he finished high school here and went to Friends University. He has had a very full personal and church life. His family shares a strong tie of his religious commitments. He and his wife Deborah were married in 2001 and have 3 daughters and 1 son who is currently serving in the United States Air Force and is deployed to the United Arab Emirates at this time. Rounding out the family are 9 grandchildren and 1 on the way any minute. Our recipient has been in the auction business for nearly 35 years. He has served the KAA as a board member and association president. He also holds a CAI designation. He holds the position of Chief Administration Office in the auction firm and is credited with growth and success of that company. Our recipient got his start by showing up at an auction one day and announcing to the auctioneer that he could sell, that he'd been listening to a tape. He was qualified. Thinking that was some kind, you know, somewhat of a brash statement, the auctioneer thought the young man showed some promise and challenged him to return the following Saturday at 6 a.m. and then just find out what the auction business really was all about. Thought that'd probably be the last time you ever saw him. That, you know, he kind of took a liking to the kid and hoped maybe he would show back up. So, lo and behold, next Saturday morning, 6 a.m., there he is, ready to go to work. So he got educated in the art of hauling out sofas and freezers and precious metals out of houses. And the auctioneer was impressed with the young man's work ethic and gave him a chance behind the microphone. And the rest is history. He is now a vital part of a successful family business that has made him a part of their family. And they all run one of the most successful real estate auction companies in the state. His motto, if you are not living on the edge, you are taking up too much space. All right? Rick, Brock, look behind you, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 Hall of Fame recipient, Mr. Rick Brock. Come on up here, Dad. Bring as many of them with you that can get up this way. I'm glad I don't have your hotel bill tonight. On behalf of the Kansas Auctioneers Association, the Hall of Fame, I'd like to present you this award, Rick. And Deborah, I'm going to let you pin this pin on it. It's all yours, Evil.
Well, John Nichols, this afternoon, when you were talking about keeping control of emotions, I was in complete control. And I agreed with you then, but tonight's a little tougher. Guys, this is just such an incredible honor. My gosh, I cannot believe all these folks that are standing behind me. We have just, our family, which is what life is about, is the people that are standing behind me. It's another thing John was talking about this afternoon. You know, we're in an industry, we're in a business, and we're so blessed to be in the industry that we are in, to be in the business that we're in. Every day we have the opportunity to positively impact people's lives, and that's just been such an incredible journey. As I think back over the last 35 years, the memories just flood. You kind of already heard the story of how long I met, and that's pretty much the way it went, or at least the way he tells it. It's pretty close. But to just think back over the last 35 years, to watch Megan and Braden as they've come into the business and the impact that they've had on our company, to watch Megan as she won the international championship. Those memories will just be with me forever. While I get control of my emotions, let me introduce some people behind me. And since I've seen several of my colleagues that have forgotten their wives before I'm starting there. This is my beautiful wife, Deborah, who I couldn't do anything I do without her and without her support. We were talking earlier about how she even had to wake me up one night because I woke her up by having sold somewhere in my chant in the middle of the night. But I'm probably not going to name them all, but my nephews are back here and their kids, and my mom and dad, Wayne and Connie, are back here, my other nephew. My grandkids are back here. Lacey, where you at? Come here. This is our youngest daughter, and this is our youngest grandchild, who is refusing at the moment to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. She was due Tuesday. This is Millie, so I just wanted to introduce her to you. And this is Lacey. Shane is back here. I don't see Chad, so Chad's probably not here. This is Kale and Kai, our grand boys. And Thea's probably not here. Okay. Again, my nephew's back here, Jerry and Vicky are just family and just have been so supportive of Deb and I since the day that we met. But again, guys, I just want to thank you all. You guys obviously are our second family, and you always have been. I look out over this crowd and just the impact that so many of you have had on our business, on our lives, just the relationships that we've been able to have with so many of you and work with so many of you. I was thinking about, again, when Megan won, I'll never forget being in Kansas City when Kevin won the international championship. That was just one of the highlights of my life, to watch him win that. Kevin's just always been a good friend, just a very, very humble guy, and just to watch him win that international championship was so special. But again, the memories just flood, but I just want to thank you guys. Thank you so much for this incredible honor. I appreciate it very much.
There will be a reception after we conclude here, right around the corner, just next door. I'm sure they're going to head over there and get things started for us. We'll be there shortly. We have just a few more things to catch up on here. It was announced at the auxiliary luncheon today. If you have pictures that you have taken, and I think I saw some pictures being taken here tonight, feel free to email those to KAAmemories@gmail.com. The auxiliary is going to work to aggregate all of the pictures so that they can put them on a slideshow for posterity and for us to watch next year. Sunday, tomorrow, please don't miss the worship service at 8 o'clock. Thanks to the newest member of our Hall of Fame, we made some phone calls and we have secured a speaker in the morning. I believe that is Mark Hoover from Spirit Church? New Spirit. Thank you. New Spring. New Spring. I'm excited. I obviously don't know anything about him, so I'm looking forward to hearing him in the morning. And so please join us at the non-denominational worship service in the morning at 8 o'clock. Following that, we'll have an Ask the Experts, a Great Ideas panel. We've got some great panelists for that, leading into the installation brunch at 10:45. So at this time, yes.
There's also a memorial service for remembering our members.
Thank you for the reminder. Right after the service is over, there will be a memorial service for anyone who's lost any family members over the course of this last year. Yes, to honor those who have lost family members over the course of the last year. You bet. So, that being said, I think it's time for the Director's Services auction. So those of you who are directors, please line up here, and we're going to sell 1 day of service. Each of us on the board of directors will offer ourselves, and you have the opportunity to get free labor, or labor at the price you set, as Mr. Schultz would say. Bid your price now on directors. So who's going to start us off? Money is going to go to Speaker's Fund. Yes, sir. It's going to go to the Speaker's Fund, and that's part of Kevin Porter's goals for this next year are to ramp up our benefits. And so we're going to look at spending some money on some speakers here this next year. It looks like Mr. Ruckert is going to start us off.
Okay, I've got a little treat for you tonight. Somebody asked that he wanted to sell me. Is that okay? We're going to be a package deal.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Come here, Jack and Jim. Are you all right?
Me and Jim are coming together.
I want to take you just for a minute.
Mutton Jeff.
Hey, Mutton Jeff. For those of you that don't realize, I've got Parkinson, and I probably won't be doing this much longer. But as the old song said, I'm as good boss as I ever was.
That's right.
Go for it, buddy. All right, here we go. How many dollars run? Who get 200 to get them started? Who get 2? Well, I'm at 50. Now 75. I'm at $50, 75, 75, 75, $50, 75, $50, $75, $100, 75, but take $100, $100 on 75. You get 2 of them, guys, for the price of 1. 75, $100, 75, $100, $100 now, quarter, now, half, $100, 125, 50. 125 on 150, 50, 50, 125, 50 now, 50, 125, 50. I tell you what, I'm gonna bid to 150 because I know how good he works. No, he don't. He's kind of an anchor for you. I've got a whole bunch of little things you need to pick up under the table. I'm at 100 and a half, and I want 75. 100 and a half, and I want 75. 175 to buy, 100 and a half, 75. 100 and a half, and I want $75. 100 and a half, and I want 75. 100 and a half, and I want 75. 75, 75, 150. Now 75. 150, 75, 75, 150, 75. Total amount $150. Number 311. Thank you.
All right, I'm Troy Weedle from McPherson, Kansas, but I'll travel anywhere in the state. All right, what am I bidding? It'll give me $50 to start it. And a 50, 50, 50, what do you get a 50? And how about 50? 50, 50, how about 50? And what do you get a 50? 50, 50, anybody 50? What 50? 50 on the money now, 75. 50 on the bid now, 75, 75. What do you give me 75? How about 75? 50 on the bid now, 75. $75. 75, 75. What do you give me 75? How about 75? 50 on the bid now, 75, 75. What do you give me 75? How about 75? 75 there, now 100. 75 bid now, 100 and 100. One bid, what do you get a 1 and 100? 100 and 100. What do you get a 1 and 1 bid, 1 bid, what do you get a 100? 100 and 1 and a quarter, and 1 and a quarter, and 1 and a half. 1 and a half and a half and a half, and would give 150, 150, would give me 150, 150, anybody 150 and 125 now 150, 125 now 150, and would give me 150, and anybody 150, sold 125, sold 125, 307, 307.
Great job, Troy. I'm Charlie Cummings, and I'm from Yates Center, Kansas. My wife has an airplane. She'll take me anywhere you want me to go. And here, $25, and now 50, 50, 75, 100, 250, 75, 300, 3 and a half, 75, and 375, 375, 75. I'm bid 350, 75, I'm 350, 360, and 360. 360, and now 60, now 75, 375, 85, 385, and 385, and 85, I'm at about 375, 385, 85, and now 4, and now 400, not much by the minute, now 400, and 4, I'm at 400, I'm at about 385, I'm 4, and now 400, did you do it? Now 10, I'm at 10, and 410. Did he ever got down on one knee? 410. I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to Lon. And 410. $10. I won't come back, I promise. 410. I'll go ask Braden. And 410. What about it, Annette? That's right. That's right. And she's our newest KAA Hall of Fame inductee. That's right. 410, now 20. I am here 420. What about you, young lady? I am 420. I am here 420. 420. 420. 420. Get it in here 20. You don't? By gosh. Do you, sir? 420. 415. Oh, she get 417.50. What's next? Oh, 420. I am get it in here 20. I am get it in here 420. Get it? I am yes or no. Gotta go. I am get it in here 420. Sold it to you. 415 and $0.75. Well bought, sir. Well bought. What's your number?
308.
308. Thank you so much. He says sell him again. No, I'm teasing.
Can you sell marbles?
Pardon me?
Can you sell marbles?
Yes.
I've got 28,000 to sell the 10th of
I'll sell them one at a time.
Okay. Won't take long.
But I'm kind of like John Nichols. I only have an hour.
All right, Braden McCurdy. Again, I will come across the state. I will help you with anything. I'll do bid calling. I will clerk, cashier, marketing, branding, whatever you're interested in, I'm in. 100. I've been 100 over now. 1, now 2. I've been 100 over now 2. 100 over now 2. Was it a yes, 100? 100, now 100 and a half, then I bet $100 bill now 150. $100 bill now give 50, go 50, go 50, go 50. 150 is all. I bet $100 bill now 50. I bet $100 bill now give 50, go 50, go 50, go 50. What do you say? 100 a quarter, then I bet $100 quarter, now half. I bet quarter, now half. 100 and a half, now 175. I bet 175. $150 bill now give 75. $150 bill now give 75, go 75, go 75. That's right, that's part of the contract. I bet 150, now 175. I bet 100 now give 175, go 175, go 175. $150 now give 175. Now two, 175, now two. Your turn. I bet 175 now give two. $200, $200. What's that? You can be the boss. 200, thank you. Now turn a quarter. I bet $200 now quarter. $200 now give quarter, go quarter, go quarter, go quarter. What do you say? 2 and a quarter. I bet $200 now quarter. Sold it. $200 your way. Buyer number 226. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Lenny Mullen. I'm happy to go anywhere. I'll do about anything. Last year, I got the opportunity to go to Colorado, which was very convenient for my Kansas City location. So I'm happy to go about anywhere you like and ready to go to work for you. I do have a real estate license, so I can help on a real estate auction if that's what you need. All right, here we go. What do you say? What do you give for me? How about 50 to go and 50 to buy? $50, $75, 75, now 75. I've been 50, now 75, now 75, 75, 75, now bid 75, 75, now 100. 75, $100 bill and 100 over here with $100 bill and 100, 100, 100. I've been 75, now I'm in the $100 bill and 100 and here $100 bill and 100. I've been 75, you want to bid $100 bill and 100 up here bid 100. I've been 75, oh there's 100, now a quarter, 100 and a quarter down here bid 125, now $50 bill now 50, now 50, now 50. I'm bid 125, now $50 bill and $50 bill over there. Do you want to bid 50? I'm bid 100 and a quarter, now 150, now 75, 175, 75, 75, 175. I'm bid 100 and a half, now 75, 75, 75, 175. I'm at 150. Do you want to bid 175? Sold it to Lonnie for $150. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it, and we'll go. What we'll do, we're going to go back and forth. We're going to do like we did today. What's your number, Lon? 271. Thank you. Here's Daniel.
My name is Daniel Gutierrez. I am a bilingual auctioneer. I think I'm the only one up here. So if you need some Spanish, I can bid call, I can do, I can ring, I have my real estate license. I can clerk on wave bid. I can't do hand clerk, so do not hire me to be a hand clerk. I'll tell you that much. Just asking that. All right, here we go. Who gave, give me $1,000, give $100, 100, better 1, who gave $100, 100, give 50, 50, now 75, 75, what about 75, now 100, 100, better 100, give $100, 100, better 1, here we go, give $100, I'm better 75, here, give 1, better 1, who give $100, 100, better 1, I'm better 75, here, give 100, 100, better 100, here we go, give $100, 100, better 100, now 125, 125, better 125, give 125, 125, better 125, 25, now 150, 150, better 150, stay in there, give 150, 150, better 150, 150, 150, stay in there, give 150, here we go, give 150, 150, bid 150, 150. Those give 150, I'm bid 125 here, give 150, 150. Oh, almost at it, now 175, 175, now 2, bid 2. Here we go, give 200, 200, bid 175, give 200, 200, bid 200, 200, here we go.
Let me tell the contender something, he drinks tequila.
Not on my job, so don't worry. And I'm at 170. I'm bid 175 here, give 200, 200, what about 200, sold it, 175. Bidder number 261, thank you, Lloyd.
Hey, yeah, my name's Titus, I'm from Hutchinson, Kansas. I'll drive anywhere in the state. I might help you load boxes if you give enough. So here we go. I'm gonna been right here, $1, right here. $50, $75, $100, $100, give about 125, 125, 150, 175, 175, about 175, $200, take about $200, 50, $250, now $300, about 3, $300, $350, $350, $350, $350, $350, $325, $350, $350, down 350, hit 350, double it down 350, 350, hit 350, double it down 350, 350, 350, 350, hit 350, double it down. What if I show up early? Will you give 350 and 350, double it down 350, hit 350. Where you at? 325 we're here, 350, hit 350, double it down 350, 350, double it down 350, 350, hit 350, double it down $350, 350. Sold myself for $325. Who'd I have? Oh, I didn't talk about Oklahoma. That's extra. Thank you.
0290. Folks, hey, I live right on the border. I'll come into Oklahoma. I got no problem with that. Folks, I can do lots of things. I can help with your marketing. I'll help with your website. I'll move heavy stuff. I'll bring you a big old nice sound system. I'll call bids. I can bring the guitar and play a show for your crew. Heck, even in the same day, I tell you, we'll see. How about $500 on it? How about $200 bid? How about two, one, two, one, and back up to $200, $150, $150. There it is now. 200, I got it and a half. 2.5, now 7 down, 300, 250, you're yeah, 300, you get 333, you get 3 now, 350, 353, you get $350, $3.5, and a half, you get 350, 300 back there, 350, 3 1/4, let you in, 325, pop it, get 325, pop it, get 325, 325, now 50, 325 here, 50, you get 350, get 350, get 350, get 350, believe it would, 353 1/4, half, you get 350, 350. Sold it your way, $325. Hi, Charlie, number 231. Thank you, 231.
I am Tricia Brower. Again, can travel anywhere throughout the state, and I'm also a licensed real estate agent if you need that. I am battling a little bit of a cold, and so Julia is going to sell me instead.
I tell you what, if you don't want her to work your sale and instead you just want to pick her brain for the day, $1,000. Automatically. Let's start at 100, and who would get $100? I'm at 100, now 25. I'm at 100, over to 25, 25, over to 25, 50. I'm at 125, over to 150, over to 50, 50, 50, over to 125, over to 150. I'm at 125, at 50, 50, 50, over to 125, 50. I'm at 125, over 50 before we go, 150, now 75. I'm at 150, now 75, now 2, now 200, now 25. I'm at 200, at 25, 25, 50. I'm at 225, 50, now 225, at 50. I'm at 225, now 50, now 50, now 50, now 225, at 50. I'm at 25, now 50, now 50, now 50, and now I'm done. I'm at 225, at 50, 50, now 50, and it is sold for $225. 261 the buyer. Thank you so very much. And you get to stay in Kansas City.
All right, thank you, Julia, for helping me out on that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw this coming year's board of directors. You're in great hands. Would you give them all a great big hand tonight? They're going to be fantastic. We're very looking forward to it. And you know what? Whatever. Here we go. I'll do whatever. You know, if somebody wants some coaching, I can do some of that. I'll do 6 weeks of coaching, you know, maybe an hour a week or so, or whatever you want to do. If you want some bid calling. And John Nichols said he'll come with me to any sale. So, right. Well, while you think about that, though, we've got a gentleman that's not here tonight, and he's going to be on our board of directors. His name is Mr. Andy Concert, and I'm going to sell his services tonight. So he doesn't understand or know all this. So let's sell him, and then we'll send him somewhere, okay? So I'm gonna sell Andy Concert. How many know Andy? I'm at 300, thinking now 4. No, I $100 bill where? I'm sorry, you knew it. There it is. As soon as you're the only one. All right, $100 bill. Yeah, $100 bill. 100 now, quarter. $100 bill down, quarter down, 100 quarter down, $150. Hey, 100 here now, 150 now, 175. 150 down here now, 175. 175 here, 175 and 2 to do and $200 175 to go 200. At 2 to do and 200 now, quarter. At $200 down, quarter down here down, quarter down, 200 and quarter down, quarter down, quarter down, 200 and a quarter now, half. At 250 down here now, go 235. At 235, it's your turn. Don't miss it. 235. At 235 here, 235. Last call, gonna go, and I have sold it $225. Number 200. Give him a big hand right here. All right, here we go. And I will, yes sir. What's that? That was Chance Lambert bought him. All right, here we go. What do you say? It's something I'm going to get from right there. On any coaching, whatever you want, I'll come and do a sale, whatever. Give $50 on it. At 50, I'm at 50 down, 75. And $100 down, 75, down, $100 down, quarter down, 150, 150 down, 175 and 2. At $200 down, quarter down, $200 down, quarter. At $200 down, 225 down, 50, 250 down, 75. At 275, $300 down, 3 and $3 down, quarter down, here down, $300 down quarter, now half. Hit 350. Hit 325 down, $50. Some of you cattle auctioneers should buy me. I'll help you a lot. 350. Hit 325 down, 350. Now 75. Hit 350 down, down 75, down 75, down 75. Hey, now that they've opened up the competition, if there's a livestock barn that'll sponsor me, I'll jump in. 350 now 75. Hit 350 down, down 75, down 75. Where are we at? I'm at 350, 75. 350 down, down 75, down 75. Last call, and I have 75 and 4. Vote up and down, vote down here. I'm going to go sell marbles. Con bid. 475. Vote up and down, vote up and down, vote up and down, 400. 375, vote down here, then vote down here, down forward. Charlie, you're bothering my bidder. Ask him 400. Hit Charlie. Ask him right in front of you. 400. 375, 400. Come on, guys. Hit 400. 375, 400. Down, vote down here, down 400. Now quarter. Hit 400. Down, quarter, 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 down, quarter. Hit 4.25 here. I've received $2,000 bids for marbles before. 4.25. It's your turn. Hit 400 down quarter. Hit 400 down quarter down here down 4.25. And I have now 50. Hit 410 down 50, 450, 450, 450, and I sold it $425. Thank you, Troy. What is it? 241. 241 is the buyer. 241. Okay, Aaron's coming right back up here. Thank you so much for your support. All of that goes to education. Thank you very much.
All right, folks, that's all she wrote. We would invite you right next door, right to Salon 1 for the Hall of Fame reception. Enjoy your evening, and I'll see you bright and early at 8 o'clock in the morning.